Little Chinese Seamstress is a semi-autobiographical and entrancing novel that captures the wonders of reading and the wonder of romantic awakening. This book was an international bestseller, and it tells the story of two young boys from the city that have been taken to a remote town for re-education. The two friends meet the daughter of a local tailor, also known as the Little Seamstress. Together, all three of them soldier through many troubles as well as fun and memorable moments. The Cultural Revolution in China was a socio-political movement that took place in 1966 and lasted until 1976. This uprising was set to motion by Mao Zedong, and it was believed by him and other members of his team that this revolution had a goal to preserve true communist philosophy by eliminating what was left to the capitalists. As there are only three specific main characters in this book, we get to know them really well. The first is the narrator. He is an unnamed character who is an intelligent 17-year-old who, with his friend Luo, was sent from the city to the countryside. Both him and Luo fall in love with a girl they meet by the name of the Little Seamstress, but the narrator never seems to act on it. The narrator is a very important part of this novel, as he is the one who comes up with many great ideas and plans to take out various activities. The second character we meet is the narrator's best friend Luo. Luo also falls in love with the Little Seamstress, but unlike the narrator, he acts on it and becomes a pair. Luo is an outgoing and a hard worker, and we see him work tirelessly throughout the many days that they were in re-education, but only sometimes was he lazy. Luo is yet another important character as you read through more of the book. Luo is the one who teaches the Little Seamstress how to be more westernized, but later finds out that that was a big mistake. And the final character we meet, around a quarter of the way through the book, was the Little Seamstress. She falls in love with Luo, but may have taken it a bit too far in the end. She is an avid learner and is taken under the wing of Luo, who helps her. We can see her develop many new characteristics throughout the novel, which then leads her to make a tough decision. There are really two main key themes that we have seen throughout this novel, and they include knowledge and maturity. It is quite obvious that the novel's primary purpose is the celebration of reading. The real thing that makes Luo and the narrator completely different to everybody on Phoenix Mountain is their education and knowledge of city life. For example, when the narrator and Luo first settled to Phoenix Mountain, they believed themselves superior, as they had more knowledge and smarts compared to the mountain folk. The second key theme in this novel is maturity. Both Luo's and the narrator's maturity increases as they spend more and more time in the mountain, whether this be emotionally or physically. We can see that Four Eyes' books awaken the boys to sense the beauty of Western literature. Whilst reading these books, the narrator comes to know himself and develops much more courage to help Luo and the Little Seamstress in their tough time later in the book. The books also let us see how the Chinese seamstress matures throughout the book, which leads her to make a tough and emotionally challenging decision at the end of the book.